Now let's take a look at some of the options that are available when it comes to managing your content. So first we're going to go ahead and find a page and go ahead and edit it. So here we have our customer success group page. We're going to go ahead and edit that group. And now we have a bunch of options here in terms of managing the content. The first thing we want to look at here is just changing the cards on the page. So if you'd like to change which cards appear on a page, go ahead and click Setup Cards, and then click on Modify Template to add, remove, and configure cards. We're just going to go ahead and move content over. So we'll move the group members over in the middle, and then we'll move maybe the location card onto the left-hand side here. Perfect, and then we'll go ahead and click Save, or Done. Moving on from here, we're just going to look at updating the page header image. So if you see that pencil icon on the top right, this is where we can go ahead and edit that header image. So currently we have one here existing, but if we did want to go ahead and replace that, you can also access a bunch of the galleries that we have available here. Or also if we wanted to look at the colors as well. You can go ahead and choose a color or gradient for one of your page headers. As an internet administrator, you can also change and add any color options you have in the administration panel and set them as default. In this case, we're going to go ahead and add another image here and go ahead and adjust that. So once we click that and click Done, we have the option here that shows the safe space. Go ahead and drag that around to see what you'd like to show in your header image. And once you're set, go ahead and click Done. You can also add a summary or a short title. So if your page title is long, you can also add an abbreviated title using the short title option. For this example, it's called Customer Success, so we're going to go ahead and shorten that to CS. The short title would appear in the top and left-hand navigation, but the full page title would appear elsewhere on the site. For news stories, you may wish to curate what information is displayed when the news post is displayed in a news card. By default, ThoughtFarmer will use the first few sentences from a page for the summary. However, you can also add a summary option to write a summary for yourself if that's preferred. This is also great when you want to add a summary onto a document or a file that you're adding onto a page. When you go into that preview mode, instead of opening the full document, you can see that summary and gives you an idea of what you're going to look at before you do open it. And next, we're just going to look at changing the security permissions. So there are a couple of ways to change security permissions on the page. And the first is through the edit page mode that we're on here. So just go ahead and click security permissions. And if permissions should be different from the parent page, go ahead and uncheck that option of this pop-up window. And then once that's unchecked, we can go ahead and add people and security groups to give new users and security groups permissions on this page by typing the users or the group name into the text box. So I'm going to go ahead and add myself, and we'll also add a human resources security group that we've just created as well. You can go ahead and click that can edit option as well if you want these users to be able to edit this page. And we'll just click add, and then we'll click done. So now we're going to look at a few other options that you can use to manage your content. Firstly, just go ahead and expand the page by clicking on the down arrow at the right-hand side, and then we'll see these additional options. Users with edit permissions on a page will have the delete, move, duplicate, and archive options. So firstly, deleting a page. Simply click on delete. And if you'd like to proceed with deleting the page, click on delete once more in the pop-up window. If you perform this action and delete a page of content accidentally, contact your internet administrator and ask them to recover the content. They can also do that via the administration panel. We'll just go ahead and cancel this action and move on to the next function. And now for moving a page. If you create a piece of content but have created it in the wrong area of the internet, no problem. You don't have to delete the content and create it elsewhere. Instead, you can use the move feature to move that piece of content to a new location. Once you click on move, you can go ahead and search for the area where you'd like it saved and click something here. And if you just scroll down, you can see where that new location is going to be just by that breadcrumb trail. And once you're happy with that, go ahead and click move. Now for duplicating. You can also duplicate an existing page by clicking on the duplicate page in the page header. Note that the duplicate feature is only available for the following content types: page, news post, forum topic, and calendar event. Confirm the duplication by clicking on duplicate in the pop-up window. Once the page is duplicated, you'll be directed to the duplicate page in edit mode. Note that the word duplicate appears in the title of this duplicate page. Update the page title and body as needed before saving this new page. The duplicate feature is useful for meeting notes. Copy the previous meeting minutes, update the meeting notes by removing completed items, and adding any new information or updates, and then save the page. If you have a workflow that you repeat often, such as a new employee onboarding checklist, you can go ahead and create a template of the checklist, and then use the duplicate feature to create a new page each time a new employee joins your team. The next function we have here is archive. So we already talked about this before, but you can archive content on demand simply by clicking the archive button. You should remain on the page, but now you'll see that the page header and the body content is grayed out. And there'll be a banner across the top of the page header that indicates the page has been archived. You can go ahead and click on Restore to restore the content. If you've accidentally archived a piece of content and can no longer see it, click on your name at the top right of the site and toggle View Archived Content on. You can then search for the content, and then you can click on Restore in the page header to restore the content to its original location. You can also reach out to an internet administrator and they can restore archive content for you via the administration panel. The next thing we'll look at here is Change Owner. So similar to the Change Owner option we have in edit mode, you can also change the owner of a page in the page header here as well, just by clicking that pencil icon to the current owner's name and just changing it to someone else. Now for version history. If you have edit permissions on a page, you can view the version history for that content. Under Last Updated, you'll see which version of the content you're currently viewing. To view previous versions, go ahead and click Version History. A pop-up window will appear here, and on the right-hand side, you'll see the different versions. Click on each to see which changes have been made to the content over time. New content will be highlighted in yellow, and any removed content will be highlighted in red. If you'd like to restore a previous version of this content, click on the correct version that you'd like to restore, and on the right-hand side of the window, click Restore Content. Click on Restore once more to confirm the action, and then click on the X at the top right corner of the window to exit the version history mode. Now for tags. As you saw earlier in the edit mode, you can also add tags via the page header as well, just by clicking that pencil icon next to tags. Here you'll have some recommended tags. You can also go ahead and add any tags that are below to show all the tags, and see all of the tag bundles that you have as well available to you. Go ahead and select a tag, and then we'll go ahead and save it. And the last thing we want to look at here is security. So we did already update security permissions on the edit mode, but this is also where you're able to do it on the page header option here. So you can go ahead and click on a pencil icon beside either one of those, and this is where you can go and just toggle on and off and switch between view only and view and edit, and then just click save there.